This is just like that Packer that you bring out on a Sunday, 1 or 2 Sundays out of the month and go to a car show. We could easily ride this every day.
I mean, I would if I could.
You would, yeah. But it's a showpiece.
Do people PPF these though?
What is that?
Paint protective film. Because if you said, you want to keep the integrity of the paint, don't let me tell you, I just introduced you to a concept that doesn't exist in the motorcycle
Yeah, he said PPF,
right?
Now, ceramic coat, yes. But as far as a protective film?
Yeah, so like you could wrap a car a different color. They have the clear wraps that people put on their paint so that it maintains the integrity of the paint.
I don't know of anyone who does that for the motorcycles.
It would seem like it would be a simpler process because there's a lot less to cover and wrap.
And how would that be with, we're told, this is a good one.
It's about to be business right now.
So taking the wrap off, you don't have to worry about the peeling the paint off or anything?
No. It's there to protect the paint. So, and you could take it through. So there are people who don't like to take their cars through car washes because they can get scratched. It protects from all of those surface scratches, all of those things, and they last, some of them last for 6, 7, 8 years.
Stay tuned.
Something like that, yeah. No, you stay tuned. It sounds like I got a business. Sounds like I have a business in the works. But yeah, absolutely. What advice would you, not advice, but how would you coach someone like me who doesn't even know how to ride? Okay?
Sure.
I'm a quick study with most things. Like I'd say sometime during the summer, I hopped over to the local motorcycle shop, and I just went and I sat on a few Ducatis, because I just was like, I want a beautiful bike, right? I don't want to go 1,000 miles per hour, but there's something, I'm an Aston Martin guy. Through and through. Like, I like British cars. There's something about Ducatis that just called to me. Like, I want to own a Ducati. I'm looking at this, and I told you, right? I love this bike.
You need both. You would definitely need both, the Ducati and that.
But at what point would you buy something like this in your riding career, so to speak? Because I wouldn't just go get a V4 Panigale Ducati, because I would probably kill myself. Those things go like 200 miles per hour. Not because I'm trying to prove something to myself, but I don't even know if I want to start there. So how much riding would you do as a novice before you're able to graduate to feeling comfortable riding a custom bagger like this? Because I'm trying to do it on like month number 3.
So I would say once you get the fundamentals down, right? Go take a class, get the fundamentals. Long as the bike, like, for instance, my wife is a smaller lady, right?
Okay.
So this is a lot of motorcycle.
Okay.
So I would say get some seat time with a smaller style bike.
Something smaller, okay.
Yeah, because the main thing is control.
Right.
Once you can maintain control, then getting on the concept is the same with the clutch, the brake, everything's the same place. And get something that just physically you can manage.
Right.
Like, you'll see some people with bikes like these, it's a lot of motorcycle. It's a lot of weight. So just make sure you're physically in a position like you took it off the air rod. You can feel that, the weight.
Yep.
Once you get moving, it's easy to manage, but when you get ready to stop or you got to back it into a parking spot or pull it into a tight turn,
you got to be able to handle that.
You want to be able to handle it when that weight gets ready to shift left or right.
Okay.
If you can handle that and you had the fundamentals, I'll say, why not go for it? How fast is one of those the Lamborghinis? How fast do you think they go?
I mean, 200 easily.
200?
Yeah.
Okay. How fast you think a Honda Accord, or I'm going to take it back, a Chevy Chevette, how fast you think you want to go on that?
I mean, going to go or can it go?
Well, how fast you think, what is it, about maybe 80 miles an hour?
Yeah, 80,
All right, so you got a Lamborghini that's 200. You got the Chevette that's 80, right?
Right.
What body part controls how fast you want to go?
Your foot?
Your foot.
Yeah.
The gas pedal.
I didn't know if that was a trick question. So
No.
Your foot.
So just basic logic.
Yeah.
As long as your brain controls your foot, you control the destiny of potentially injuring yourself.
Yes.
As long as your throttle brain controls the throttle, whether you get a 600 or a 1,000, don't push yourself to the limits.
Okay.
Remember that concept. Even every time you throw your leg across that motorcycle, you respect it as you should respect that Lamborghini, or you'll end up tearing it up like we see people do on YouTube.
I think I saw one the other day. What camp are you in terms of starting out? Because there's a camp that says you need to be starting out on something that is 500, cc's. There's another camp that says start with 1,000 or 1,200, and just manage it and learn.
I started on a 900, went from a 900 to 1,000, from 1,000 to a 1,300.
What's this?
This is a 103cc. So,
1,000.
They rate this in cubic inches, and don't get me wrong, somebody's gonna probably look and say, "Oh, he got that answer wrong." That's probably somewhere around, I don't even want to guess, but I would say probably like around 1,400 cc's.
Wow. Okay.
But it's like it's geared different. Totally different This is not Hayabusa 1,300. You know what I mean? Just in terms of horsepower, it's a big difference.
Okay.
And how the motors are built and set up and all. So don't compare the two.
Understood. Switching back to Team Money Cycles, you've built a brand,
Sure.
right? Doesn't matter that it's around motorcycles. That just happens to be the product. That just happens to be the focus. But you are someone who is in the process of building a successful brand, tens of
Yes.
thousands of social media followers. So you have a lot of knowledge in what it takes to take something from nothing, from concept to
Yes.
actually bring it into fruition. What are some of the biggest challenges that you've had in building your brand over the years?
Some of the biggest challenges is you just gotta constantly. My thing is I always want to be the trendsetter.
Okay.
So just coming up with just being creative to stay relevant, to either set the trends or figure out what the next best thing is, and get in front of it so you can be a part of it.
Okay.
Relationship building. We have a lot of different people we have to build relationships with. Our consumer,
Right.
the participants who are going to come register, our spectators, being able to keep the show itself entertaining where it doesn't get stale.
That's right, because you charge to even attend the event.
Some events, spectators pay to get in.
Okay.
Or attendance can be free.
Gotcha.
But whether it's free or they pay, people want to be entertained. And if you don't have anybody in the stands watching, we're just really just hanging out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And being able to cater to your participants and your spectators will then in turn make the manufacturers who you want to advertise with see value in what you have. So that's 3 different matrix right there that we have to sit down and watch trends and see how
Constantly be working on.
Constantly working on. And then where's everything at? Social media.
Yep.
So playing the algorithm game, and when they slowing you down, not get discouraged because numbers are thrown off, because you're playing algorithm politics, and still being able to engage your social media following that maybe can't come to the show, but they're looking forward to you to get on lives and talk and whatnot. And just building new relationships with companies like Wheels and Wealth and other platforms that we can cross network with and grow. So those are the main things. Running the show, once you get a good team and you pretty much have systems in place, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's pretty much we know, as long as our systems are working, we know what to expect. But as far as seeing the future and giving longevity to this, where people don't get bored, I think that's one of the biggest challenges, because there's no blueprint. We're writing a blueprint as we go along.
Gotcha.
So, some things you throw up against the wall and it just don't stick. Others, blow right through the wall and they work. So that's pretty much it.
So obviously where you've come from with Team Money Cycles, with Rhythm and Rides. You know where you are today.
Sure.
Where is Team Money Cycles and the Rhythm and Rides concept? Where is that going? Where do you see the future of Team Money Cycles?
Oh, man. Right where we are now. TV.
Okay.
TV would be great. Making it a professional sport that where bar stools will want to pick up a line
Okay.
to see who is going to win one of these competitions.
Nice.
To where Coke and Pepsi and Apple and different companies will see value. Most of the people are either using the Apple phone or Android phone to play their music off of. So you have a consumer here, you know, Tidal, Spotify, different brands like that, to basically build our partnership program, but to pit the individuals who are building these motorcycles, making sure they get the recognition that they deserve. Like with the show that we're doing, we're working together with each other up at the Montgomery Mall.
Yep.
Team Money Cycles, we just create the foundation. The individuals who are building these bikes, and I can relate because I went through the heartache of ordering parts and getting paint and trying to meet deadlines. So I'm just not a guy who puts on a show, but doesn't understand scraping your knuckles, loading this down, and traveling. You know, I do it too. So I'm embedded in the culture.
Yeah.
So I want to see it grow, you know, nationally, and why not worldwide?
That was my next question. Like, when is the first international show? Because that's going to be insane. Like,
it's coming. I mean, they got some brothers over, some guys in Japan that, you know, I just meet and talk to via social media that actually came over to a show.
Wow.
And it's and I don't want to mess his name up on here, but man, it's a guy, man, I met him over, he came to Daytona, but he's from Japan.
Okay.
And he doesn't speak very good English, but with another pointing in sign language, we're able to communicate.
Yeah.
Man, they're doing some phenomenal stuff over there. There's some guys over in the Middle East that have these over there. So yeah, definitely, like my goal is to go over there and host an event over there, absolutely, and make it an international brand.
Yeah, to know that creating something like this, again, it's not the first time I've seen a custom bike. It's not the first time I've seen a custom bagger. It's not the first time I've seen a custom chopper. It might very well be the first time. It is the first time that I saw one and I said, I have to have that.
Those were your words,
in my life immediately. Like, I'm in love with this thing. Absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
So we like to wrap up our conversations with a couple of things, like a 3 and 3. And top 3 vehicles that you don't have now that you'd like to have, and if there are certain bills you want to make, you can take us through that, but it's got to be the top 3. And then I'd like you to share with our guest 3 pieces of what I call just points of actionable intelligence that they can leave this conversation with and ultimately just have some great takeaways, real solid, tangible takeaways that are a little deeper than surface level pieces of advice so that they can continue building their brands. Because, you know, that you don't have to want to build a motorcycle company to take some value from all the things that you shared with us today. You really built a brand and you're continuing to build a brand. So 3 pieces of advice that you want to share with folks out there. But we'll finish with that. Next, 3 vehicles, motorcycles or cars, it doesn't matter.
So 3 vehicles.
That if you could have them right now, you'd have them. What would they be?
So I would either do the top of the line Newell RV.
Okay.
Right.
What's the top of the line new RV look like?
It's a Newell.
Newell, sorry.
Yeah, Newell. Yep.
Newell.
They're like 2.2 million.
Okay.
So that'll probably be that with the matching trailer. That'll probably be
that's Wheels and Wealth-esque right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Either that or like the Prevost Marathon, like somewhere on the lines of those 2 vehicles.
So this is where these are the RVs that you walk in and it's like a, you know, you could take a tour, like a home tour inside.
Absolutely.
Of it. Okay, gotcha.
And the reason that way I can have pretty much a mansion on wheels with a stacker trailer in the back to put all my toys in. Vehicle-wise, I'm like pretty practical. I'm not like a super car enthusiast. So what is the company, Brabus? The G63, Mercedes-Benz G63, the Brabus edition. That'll probably be.
I'm practical.
Yeah.
A Brabus G63.
Yeah. That'll be my daily driver. All black everything.
Listen, there's nothing practical about a Brabus G63. Yeah. You're talking about a top-level Mercedes tuner. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So either all black or white. White with a black accents, like Stormtrooper.
Okay, I like that.
And if I had to get a car,
Or a third one, you know? Or you can take it to a motorcycle build, something that you've been wanting to build. All right.
Oh, man. See, I really want the Rolls, but I gotta go old school, man. Give me like a 66 Lincoln with a Coyote motor.
All right.
Slammed to the ground.
Continental with the suicide doors.
Suicide doors. Drop top. I don't know what. I don't even have to have a drop top.
Okay.
It could be a hard top.
All right.
Just mean.
Okay. We doing custom multi-spoke wheels, or we doing the old school?
We're gonna do the old school wheels, but I'm gonna get a custom wheel. It gotta be like a 22.
Okay.
But it gotta be the old school style, just like a 22.
Gotcha. And give us 3 takeaways for our guests to continue building their brands, maybe some things they may not have thought about before, but because of the experiences that you've gone through with Team Money Cycles and building your brand, you're in a unique position to share with them.
So for those of you who are building a brand, whether, if it's a grassroots thing, an idea, man, the first thing is transparency with your audience.
Okay.
Just put yourself in your audience shoes and be transparent. And if it's something you're doing, pick something that you love, because you'll give it everything. Like, I love this, so I'm gonna give it everything.
Evidenced by the work of art that's in front of us right now.
Yeah. 2, your biggest and your main competition is yourself. If you get copied, it's cool. If you see people duplicating what you're doing, it's cool. That's to be expected. But the person that you have to worry about is the guy or girl that you wake up in the morning and look at. I wake up every day, and I tell people I don't strive to be second at anything. Like, saying I want to be second place never sound cool. And the only person that's stopping me from standing in my mind what's going to be first place is the guy that I look in the mirror every day. So long as I can get up in the morning and outsmart and outwit and outmarket what I did yesterday, then everything else is easy. And the third thing, but the main thing, is just, put your trust in God and make everybody else pay. And that's it.
I love it. Where can our audience find you and follow Team Money Cycles?
You can find us on Instagram at Team Money Cycles, Team_Money Cycles. Same on YouTube. Put us in Team Money Cycles Rhythm and Rides. Our sound competition is known as the SOS, or Sound Off Series. That's our premier event. But we're Team Money Cycles Rhythm and Rides, where we bring in the music to your ride.
Awesome.
And that's it, man. Thank you for having me on Wheels and Wealth.
It was a pleasure. And, without dragging this on, I know one of your concerns coming on was that, Team Money Cycles and Wheels and Wealth, it may not be in sync and in alignment, but that couldn't be further from the truth. At Wheels and Wealth, number one, we appreciate all vehicles because they're just artistically beautiful, especially this. But so many of our guests, and I'm sure you know this just from being around people who have a certain level of accomplishment and wealth. They have exotic cars, they've got luxury cars, and so many of our guests have exotic cars, luxury cars, and they are big motorcycle enthusiasts. So I think it's a match made in heaven. Go ahead.
One thing I learned, and once I actually started following the page and listening to your interviews, no matter if you are a thousandaire or a millionaire, when you have something that you're proud of, and you're sitting in this seat and you're glancing back at it, it puts us all back on an even keel of being able to appreciate and love something. And I'm going to just give you your flowers. That is what you're bringing to the camera with Wheels and Wealth. You're bringing millionaires in, but you allow people, the guys that I've seen you interview, you bring some powerful business guys. Hopefully, next time you bring me on, I'll have that Brabus G63. I got the Ford F450 out. Right now, I'm a thousandaire. So the next time I come on the show, I want to come on as that millionaire.
Absolutely.
But I just like how you just bring everybody to a level where people can just be able to just pull in the knowledge that, and you guys are inspiring.
And
So keep doing it, man.
Thank you so much, man. And we want to make sure that we're capturing the youth as well and just exposing as many people, young and older, as possible to different ideas, different career paths, different avenues for them to, live out their passions, get introduced to new potential passions, and become monetarily successful as well. And that's our goal. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Wheels and Wealth. If you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you next time.